unfit to be a doctor. Wow, our fucking clothes look awesome.
Right? Also, how did he know our size?
I thought that too, but don't worry about it.
I should be able to go up here, but they're blocking it because they're assholes.
I was gonna say, do you have to talk to him?
No, I have to go around here.
Clay?
Nah, it's my turn.
Oh. Oh. Stab, stab, stab.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Hello?
Papa?
Master gave me a good poke. Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
You can even do a medical checkup. You just hit RB when you're talking to somebody. It'll tell you what they need.
Oh, that's cool.
We could tell him we'll kill him. I'll let you bleed, or be more polite. I'm gonna say be more polite, but I already know you probably would have said this one, or maybe that one.
We'll see.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. Me guts
Yeah, no,
are
that's fair.
spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Which is funny because they already told us about this.
Yeah, it's okay. Can't help to reiterate.
So they want me to mesmerize him.
Want me to memorize Clay?
I'm gonna memorize his face. You okay for me to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Let me know when you've done that. So you can embrace, which means killing him and taking his blood. He will no longer be in this game. Nothing you can get from him you will ever be able to get. Or you can release him. He remembers nothing, and you get to get items later.
Okay.
I'm gonna release.
Yeah, you have to press A first.
Oh, I have to press A first. I was like, why won't it let me do so?
Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
So there's 2 achievements you can get from that. One is what I did. The other one I forget the name of, but it's for embracing your first victim.
Whoa, I feel giddy.
So he will be at the hospital.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. He will be at the hospital from now on after we sleep.
Okay.
And this also leads up to the hospital. That's why we had to come this way, because they would not leave Sean alone.
Gotcha.
So this is the hospital.
Oh. Dorothy?
Dorothy's the woman you just yelled about. She literally said her name was Dorothy.
Oh, Dorothy Crane. Okay.
Yeah, she's waiting for us, but, because obviously that's her. And I'm just gonna run around. I like how I got 4 glass vials, but it sounded like I just, like, poured liquid into a bottle.
It's fine. Maybe they're full of liquid.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting
fucking
Professor
nerd.
Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Do you need any medical assistance yourself, Doctor?
Come on, don't be ridiculous, dear colleague.
They didn't answer my question.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem
I would like to put
admire
my dick
her
inside of
skills.
her.
I need you to calm
I'll
down,
go
Katie.
even further. If she was a man,
Not me.
she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Him.
I need you to calm down as your surrogate for Jonathan.
Do you mean Tippett's?
You're the one saying you want to put the dick in her.
Yes, and I'm saying that as Tippett's. Because Tippett's has a hard-on for Nurse Brannigan.
You really need to specify which pair of lenses you are looking this through.
You couldn't get that by hearing him fucking boast about her.
No. He was just like, yeah, man, she doesn't let people die. A lot. As a doctor, that's what I like to look for in hiring.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve.
Look at Dorothy
I
in the
must
background.
admit, he does all he can to keep
Just
the
aimlessly
facility
looking at the
running
floor.
during this crisis.
She wants
Ah,
us to
yes,
follow
the
her.
burden
She's going to
has
show
come
us to
on.
her room.
One paving stone.
I was fed up with this
Two
concept
paving
while
stone.
serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
So many paving stones.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not
We were gonna
exactly
ask him
the
this again.
best of London.
Did I
I'm
already
sure you are
ask
used to
him?
working
Yeah.
in a better
Oh.
Because this
environment.
leads into like a Y decision.
That's right. Oh, because I didn't actually pick it because I asked if he was okay. That's right.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Oh, the checkup
Don't
brought
be
you out of it.
misled
Yes.
by appearances,
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Reed.
I'll keep that in mind.
This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Wow, okay, that's a bummer.
Damn.
Right, okay.
Goodbye, Dr.
That's fine.
Tippett.
Come on,
Goodbye.
I don't have all night.
Dorothy's getting impatient.
She's been yelling that at me since I was coming up the staircase. She has exceeded her impatience. Also, these white boxes, the ones you can actually open, and even some boxes around the hospital will refill themselves.
Okay.
So they will always be stocked. I don't think there's anything down here yet, because obviously this is just a staircase I couldn't get up. Because right now they just want me to go to my goddamn room, so I'm gonna have to.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I
Fuck
found a
you.
wounded
She's
man by
upset.
the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Don't get snippy with me, Miss Crane. Your ass is grass and I'm gonna mow it.
Oh my god, calm down.
Fucking come in here with blood on your hands.
And all over her smock, too.
The smock is fine, but on her hands.
Look, it's on her cap, too.
Even the cap
It's just a handprint.
Even the cap is fine, it's just the hands that bother me.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough.
Woman, it's
and better
literally
than me.
raining. You hold out
The
your hands, they'll be
administrator
clean.
has better things to do than mix with us.
I mean, not really. It'll wash the blood to a point, but if it's dry, she does need soap.
But still.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Thanks, I didn't ask.
You did.
No, but I was like, dude, I just met him. I just came back. And she was like, Dr. Swansea is the best at everything.
Oh, I see.
Fuck you. And
Oh,
I'm
wait.
like, I didn't ask.
I understand now.
I did not ask.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Do I need to repeat myself again, you incompetent fuck?
Probably.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought those trash cans were people.
They're very shiny.
Yes.
She's gonna take all of your medical supplies.
Good
So-
evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I
What a
like
man.
to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war and have carried one ever since.
I mean, it could, but it's not a
Old
good
habits
one.
die hard.
No need to explain, Dr.
Could
Reed.
be.
And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
So
Oh.
he is a shopman, as foretold by the Green Let's Trade. But he's also a bit of a douche.
He seems alright.
What's the
How is the
situation, my guy?
situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's
Oh,
garden,
shit.
but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Oh, okay.
The garden he's talking about is if you walk out the gate and then you go forward, like if you're going backwards. So like that way, not this way, by the trash cans. So you want to go that way. You end up at the garden.
Okay.
And that's fun.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Fair enough.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
So, this is what he sells right now. He sells his shotgun for a lot of money that we don't have. Bullets. Shotgun shell. Common handle. Common trigger. You don't need any of these right now. Tiny common handle, aluminum powder, aluminum shard, grease, and screw. And you can also sell things to him that you don't want. Once again, we don't have anything to sell him right now. Because right now we want to collect as much as we can. So that's all for him.
Stop following me.
Oh yeah, she's a fun one. You can also talk to the patients in here too.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, it is a little head.
Yeah.
So what we're supposed to do is go and rest and do whatever we have to. I like to talk.
Well,
I think I broke her pathing.
I think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna move. I did. Okay, the best thing to do is run around and talk to everybody first, at least once before doing it. I'm just wary about the auto-saving. So it's whatever you would like to do because it is your turn.
See if I can run after her. Come back.
Good
This
evening.
is Nurse Brannigan.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have
I'm sorry,
been
are you
exhausting.
saying nurses aren't
It could
creative?
all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
And now we have a new hint.
Nurse
Coming for you,
Brannigan,
Tibbets.
if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Fine then. Keep your secrets.
I will
Why
beat
does
it
Dr.
out of
Tippett
you.
claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think
Why
he
is
was
Tippett
just
keeping
a
you
nurse,
hostage?
does he?
If you were
God.
suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration
God.
when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
She looks scared shitless.
I mean, I think that's fair.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Coming for you, Tippets. There he
He's
is.
over there.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried
There you
about
go.
you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening.
Hi, ma'am.
miss.
Oh, this lady's
I'm
fun.
Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital.
She's a fun lady.
And who are you?
Yeah.
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing
Hi,
but
Thelma.
dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you
Yeah.
begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Yeah, she thinks she's a vampire.
That's funny.
Another thing that's cool is you can go around to rooms and find like letters and other things, and it will also help you.
I'm assuming you
Okay.
must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure.
And you have some cool ass
But I
powers.
sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see.
Ma'am,
Don't worry.
you're
These
getting
people will
loud.
not find you here. I'll personally make sure
Don't make
they
me
leave
sedate
you
you again.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Ma'am, you're getting loud again.
alone. And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Okay.
I see.
All right.
Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Yes.
I do.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Right then.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Oh yeah, she's a fun lady. There's a lot of fun people here.
All right then.